Hi everybody, my name is Liz Rivera. I'm the Gem State Medium. Welcome back. Okay, so I want to tell you about an experience I had a few days ago. I was home. It was maybe 3:30, quarter to 4 or something. And I had just sat down on the couch, the one behind me in fact, and I knew that my son and his girlfriend were here. They were out back, and which is, to me, straight in front of me is the sliding door deck, whatever. Anyway, they were out back, and as I was sitting there, it was quiet in here, and I heard kind of a rustling sound. It was odd, but it was like this weird rustling sound. And as I was looking up from whatever I was doing, I started to look up, and that rustling noise was coming in through the doors towards me, towards what through the kitchen here. And anyway, it was just a solid mass, but it moved so quickly, and it came in from the sliding doors, which are on the other side of this camera, and straight through, and then straight down the stairs. So it was just a quick and down the stairs, but the rustling sound kind of stayed with it the entire time that it went down, and it caught me by surprise. And I thought, well, what was that? Who was it? And so I went to the stairs because my mind went to Cole, or maybe his girlfriend had come in and went downstairs. And so I got up and I went downstairs to the landing and peeked down there and hollered my son's name, and I didn't get a response. And so I went downstairs the rest of the way and looked around, because then I was thinking, well, I've called his name, and I did again once I got to the bottom of the stairs, and didn't get a response. And I thought, well, gosh, if he's not here, who or what did I just see? So I went in, checked around in the bathroom and, laundry room, the other rooms, and there was nobody downstairs. And I thought, well, gosh, maybe I saw a cat or something, trying to rationalize. And because it's as bright as it today, right now, as it was then. So anyway, never did find anybody. There was nothing and nobody downstairs. I came back upstairs, went out back through the sliding doors, and my son and his girlfriend were at the bottom of the steps from the deck. And so whatever had come in, it had come in past them, up the stairs and down to the basement, down the stairs. And I said, so to the kids when I went out there, and they're adults, but they're still my kids. So I asked them, did you guys see anything? Something or somebody just came in the house. And they're like, no. And I said, somebody just came in. And so I'm just letting you know, I saw something a second ago. And his girlfriend, she was joking around. She goes, maybe it's Mr. Jenkins. I was like, okay, who's Mr. Jenkins? Don't know. But we kind of laughed about it and came back in. Probably about 20-30 minutes after I'd gone out to ask the kids if they had seen anybody or anything, and talk to them about the ghost or paranormal event that I had just had. They came in through the garage door and basically just said, hey, we're going to take off for a little bit. We'll be back. My son was, wanting dinner here tonight or that night. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll talk to you later. And they left. Well, it was a while later, and my son came back and he was alone. So I thought maybe I misunderstood him at first, just because his girlfriend wasn't with him. So I thought, okay, well, she decided to head home or go do her own thing. That's cool. That's fine. So anyway, he ended up eating dinner and stuff. Well, it was a couple hours after that even, and his girlfriend came back. And instead of going downstairs and, finding where my son was, she just came straight upstairs and sat down. I had gone back to sitting on the couch, so I was sitting over there, and she came in and sat on that yellow chair, and she was just like teary-eyed and visibly shaken. And she said, so I didn't come back with Cole because right after we left, or a short time after we left, I'd gotten a phone call from my parents saying I needed to come home right away because there had been a tragedy with some friends of the family. And so she said she went home. She told me what happened, and we had a discussion about it, and she was very upset about it. And then after that, she got up and she went downstairs. Well, as I sat on the couch, the wheels in my head are turning a little bit and thinking, what a horrible thing to have happened. And I don't want to get into what happened. It's very private and for a lot of reasons. But I went downstairs and I said, there were fatalities today. Do you know when this happened? Because I saw something right before you guys left. And sometimes I do get kind of a warning or kind of a heads up. Sometimes I'll see things and then tragedy or a death happens. And this one was a little different. So that's why I was perplexed by the whole thing. As soon as I started asking about what time they left, my son kind of interrupted and said, I thought the same thing. It crossed my mind, and I was thinking, did whatever you saw happen to have something to do with her being notified within 30 minutes or so? And I said, I honestly don't know, but it is very coincidental. The more I've thought about it over the last couple days, I thought, not only did I see something right before they had gotten the phone call, it came from their direction. Like I said, it would have had to have gone past them and up the stairs and in through there, and then downstairs. So it came from her direction, and then she gets the news. So it's entirely possible. I don't know if I'll ever know if that's exactly what it was. I feel like it probably was exactly that. Just an indicator, something that was around her when this was happening, because it had happened earlier in the day. And then took the family a while before they got a hold of her and said, you need to come home. So obviously I didn't see it right when the incident happened. I saw it right before she was told. So what it made me think of is a few times I have had experiences with someone who was going to pass. For instance, when a few years ago, my husband's sister was very sick with lung cancer. She had been doing a lot of treatments, aggressive treatments at the Cancer Institute in Utah and stuff, and was doing a lot better. Cancer in her lungs was going away and all of that. Well, I had seen my husband's father, who had already passed away, and I didn't say anything. I thought that was weird. Maybe okay, so I saw his dad. And then maybe 2 weeks later, I saw him again. I came home that night and I decided I would tell my husband because I had a bad feeling about why he was there. Why do I keep seeing his dad when he's dead? Basically, I told my husband after some debate, whether I should or not, I said, I'm just going to let you know I've seen your dad a couple of different times in the last 2 weeks. I think he's here waiting for your sister. And before I could even finish the last part, he got very kind of defensive and upset, and I don't blame him. It's why I had debated about telling him, but he's like, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. She's doing better. She's going to be fine. And I said, okay, that's fine. And completely dropped it, never said anymore. 2 weeks later, he was called to the hospital. She had taken a huge turn for the worse, and he went down to say his goodbyes, and she passed away. My poor husband, who's had to learn to live with some of this, when his father passed away, I had woken up in the middle of the night, and I guess it was around 3:30 in the morning, and when I opened up my eyes, I saw my husband standing in front of me, a little distance away, and I thought, why is he just standing there? Like, what is he doing standing towards the end of the bed in the middle of the night? That's weird. And as soon as I was thinking that and trying to focus better in the dark, that I felt him move to my left. And I hurried and turned to look and see, and kind of feel he's sleeping next to me. So I hurried and turned back, and the figure was gone. And I laid there kind of processing it. And within 20-30 minutes of me thinking, what in the world happened? And the phone rang. And, my husband hurried. You get a phone call in the middle of the night and you jump because it's not good. So he jumps, grabs the phone and answers it. And his dad had passed away. And I said, oh my gosh, I was just laying there because I saw you. I said, it wasn't you. Your dad was here. And I'll have to put a couple pictures up, but they look so much alike. Kind of getting off topic, but his dad came to see him before he left. And from what I understand, he visited all of his kids that morning. So they all had little things that happened, whether it was a dream or something. So he made his rounds to visit, in my opinion, and I did see him. So it could have been whoever was here and came in through the house had shown up to see her and then felt me in the house to her. That's a possibility. Anyway, there's a lot of ways that ghosts or spirits of loved ones can get your attention when they pass. But when someone passes away, don't always dismiss little subtle things that made you go, because you never know. Maybe it was your loved one who stopped by to say goodbye. Maybe it was somebody from the other side who was trying to tell you somebody just passed away. I don't really know, but they do it both ways. So either they'll stop and say goodbye, whether you know it or... My husband would have never known his dad stopped by that night, except I told him. He got my attention, and I let my husband know. Anyway, I just wanted to share this with you and let you know that they stopped by and try to let you know. So anyway, I will talk to you later. Enjoy a beautiful fall day. Bye.